Okay, let's now analyze this system that we created. Always the best way to analyze Urbano network is by using data tables. These data tables, I will show you later how you can create your own configurations. But for now, let's just use the ones that we have here that are predefined from Country Kit. You can just double click on them and they will open. For example, let's double click on section geometry. And here it is. You have the, for example, for the sections, you have all the data that you might need. Of course, you can add some other data. You can delete some data. Here we have names, starting and ending nodes, lengths, starting and ending elevations. These are the center line elevations, diameters that we didn't set up yet, and so on. But if you just double click on these previews, you will see that they are, we call them static data tables, because as you try to click somewhere else, you will not be able to, because they are just, we call them previews. So you can check the data, but you cannot work while this table is turned on. If you want to have them as flexible data tables, you have to click here on this icon, which says show data preview. And I always prefer to use it that way. So if you open it, you will see that the data table will appear here. You can position this. You can also define the position of this this window. You can dock it anywhere to any part of the screen. You can even put it on the, if you have two screens, you can put it on another screen. But I like to have it here. And also all these configurations are here, so you can just easily switch between them. Let's again select section geometry. Let's select the entire network. This is this icon, this yellow icon. You will see it all over the program. This means select the entire network. So click here and you will see the entire network. And now we come to the third main rule for successful using of Urbano, and that is selection options. And here you have all or almost all of Urbano selection options. It is important to know how to select elements in Urbano. And again, I'm repeating, even though we are in AutoCAD, you cannot just select these elements like this and expect, so what I did, I just selected it like this. You cannot expect that Urbano will know what you selected with AutoCAD. It's just not how it works. You have Urbano selection options that you can use for selection. So first of all, in each function, first start the selection option and then select what you need to select. And even if you want to use CAD selection, here it is. Here is the CAD selection that will tell the Urbano function what you selected. So CAD selection, and now if I select, I will select this part here. Now we see that we have only these elements in selection. Also, I like to use these options for marking. You have mark none, so nothing will be marked, marked just in plan, mark just in profile, or mark both. I like to use mark in plan. And now you can see what is selected in the data table is marked in plan as well. And again, you see that this is yellow color. And again, this is all these colors are meant to use on a dark background. And because I'm using the white background, I will also show you where you can change this in case you also work on a white background. So to change this highlight color, and you will also see many other colors, you can click here on settings, and here you can click on general settings. And here many some parameters can be changed, but we are interested in colors. So let's just search for color. And here you can see all the colors in Urbano that can be changed. These are various colors, for example, colors of selection, of temporary highlighting, of permanent highlighting, of temporary selections and stuff like that. I will not go too much into this. I will just change all the yellow colors that I see here to red, because red is very good, will be very good visible on a white background. So this is everything I will change to red. This is here also yellow. Let's change it to red. This is also yellow. Let's change it to red. And also, I think this cyan color will also be problematic for a white background. So let's change this to dark blue. Okay, this one will also be dark blue. And here, this one will also be dark blue. You can check this by yourself and try changing and see what will happen. We will not go too much into this. This is not just that important. Okay, and now you will see that now these colors are red and they are much more suitable for the white background. Okay, so this is AutoCAD selection, but also you see many different selection options. For example, selection of sections. So section is basically, it's not a pipe, because you will see later that we will set pipes from pipe catalog to sections. You can treat this, for example, like in EPANET, it's a link between two nodes or two junctions. So if you go to selection of sections, you will see that you can select, for example, I will select just these three sections, and here they are. Also, let's switch to a different data table. For the nodes, let's go to node geometry, and let's select few nodes. Let's select this node, this node, this node, and this node. And now you can see the data for the nodes. We see names, coordinates, terrain heights that came from DTM, node type, and node type main or plane. And now here you can see which are main and which are plane nodes. So, and you can see this in colors as well, because we define that the main nodes are red and the plane nodes are purple, or this magenta color. What is the difference? So by default, the main nodes are where you started drawing. We started drawing here. Where you ended drawing, so we ended drawing here, and also all the branching nodes. So here we have a branching. This is a main node. Here we have a branching. This is a main node. So this is something that enables you quicker selection as well. So let's now go again to section geometry, and let's now check the selection of branches. So basically, what is a branch? A branch in Urbano is everything in between two main nodes. So just like the word says, a branch. But also it's interesting that you can also go to function for editing of the branches, and you can break these branches, and basically this node will change. If I break this branch here, this node will change from plane to main, even though it's not a real branching. But of course, if I try to merge this branch with this branch, it will not be allowed by the software. So for example, if I select this branch, and this branch, I will get selected all the sections that belong to these branches. So it basically enables much quicker and intelligent selections. And also we have the special data preview according to branches. So if I click on a branch geometry, you can see the total group data for the entire branch. So this is also interesting. And then we also have something that we call arrays. Arrays are basically arbitrary topology selections or topological elements that basically you can merge them, you can break them and create them as you like. So like I said, by default, if that option that I showed you is turned on, one original AutoCAD polyline will be one array. And you see, these are the arrays. These are the arrays, and this is the array that we drawn interactively. But like I said, you can merge them, you can break them, and you have more freedom than with the branches. So for example, if I select this array and this array, I will get all the sections that belong to these arrays, and also I will get all the branches that belong to these arrays. Let's also create a data table according to arrays. So to create a new data table, click here with the right mouse button on a sections and click new. I will call this new data preview arrays. And here you see a scope, which says scope is section, branch, or array. So if this is by sections, you will see each section. If this is by branches, you will see sections grouped as branches. If this is arrays, you will see the data for the entire arrays. Okay. Here, this is data picker, as we call it, for selection of the data. You will see this multiple times today. So when you want to add data that you need, you can search for it. So for example, this is the name, the data that I need, array, and you can just click here on this arrow to put it in on the right. And for example, this is the section name, which is always by default here. I don't need this, so I will, with this arrow, remove it. Also, it would be good to have the length of an array. So I can search for the data. I will just type array, and here it is, array length. So this is for the filtering of the data. Array length, I can click on this arrow, or I can just double click with the left mouse button on the data. And here it is, array length. You can also keep adding the data, but this is enough for now. I will show you later how you can add more data as well. Okay, let's click OK. And let's now find this new data configuration that we created. Let's go to arrays. And now here you can see that we have the entire data for the data for the entire array. So let's select, for example, the whole network. And here you can see array by array and their total lengths. It is important to say that these data tables are not used just for previewing. All the data that is white here, this can be changed as well by double clicking inside that. So it can be used for previewing. It can also be used for data inputting or data editing. But first, before we rename them, I would like to merge these two arrays. This one that we created, that we drawn interactively, and this one that we have drawn by conversion of CAD elements. So for now, this is two separated arrays, but let's merge them. To merge them, I will go here to function for editing of the arrays on the ribbon, or you can go from the workspace to editing and editing arrays. So you can see the same function on multiple places. Let's position this dialog also on the right. And I would like to use option for merging. So let's select this one and this one. We can give it a new name. Let's call it A1 and let's click apply. And now here you can see that this is now one array. It says array successfully merged with the other one. And now if I go here to selection of arrays, you will see that this is one array. And we named it A1. Let's also rename all the other arrays. Like I said, you can use data table for that, but also there is much more better, quicker, and more intelligent option. For example, option for renaming automatically the arrays. So you have your selection options. You can select the entire system, but I will go with the selection of arrays because I would like to select just these horizontal ones, and I will give it a different prefix. So here you can see the pattern for renaming that you can use. You can use many different patterns. For example, you can use starting node name of an array and ending node of an array. So basically your array name can be from starting to ending node. But I like to name my arrays so I can easily know which one is which. So I will call all these horizontal ones with the prefix H. So H1 to H4. Many of our users also call these arrays according to street names. this is something that you can also do. Let's click apply. And let's also select now these smaller ones, these 4 horizontal ones. And I will give it a prefix V. And let's click apply. Okay, let's close this dialog. Here, let's select the entire system. And now, if I sort it, you can sort by any data. If I sort it by name, we see this is H1, A1. We have these 4 horizontal ones from H1 to H4 and 4 vertical ones from V1 to V4.